we love women who make some noise. You've seen drummer Jyn Yates on our show with the Kelly Ritchie Band.
Yeah, and Jyn is featured in the new book, Women Drummers, a history from rock and jazz to blues and country. And she's also teaching the next generation how to march to the beat of their own drum. I love that cute little boy right there. He has attitude.
Santana.
He's
got a great name, too.
He does. Antana?
Santana.
Oh, Santana, like Carlos Santana. I love it.
Right.
So glad to have Jyn back with us today. And today also teaching Terry Miners how to keep a beat. Is that what I hear?
We're going to try.
And wait a minute, there's a book called Women Drummers, that's right?
Yes, and it's the first ever, actually, on women trap set players, which there's been many about actual physical, you know, hand drumming women drummers, but not on drum sets. So.
And who is that on the cover?
Well, they selected me for the top cover, and then if you look at the bottom, that's all my idols down there. You know, you have Viola Smith, the oldest drummer. I think she's 101 this year.
Wow.
She was back in the Frank Sinatra days, you know, in New York City. You've got Sheila E., who I grew up worshiping, you know.
Of course,
you've
with
had
Prince.
Cindy Blackman Santana. Santana's wife's on there. She started with Lenny Kravitz and, you know, all those guys. And then Allison Miller, a really great jazz player on there. Good friend of mine. Yeah.
And you're right.
Why do you think that's such a rarity, though, that women play drums?
Well, I think it's not rare. I think it just hasn't been in the forefront. I think it's been a more... Actually, the drum set itself is not even, you know, it's around 100 years old. It's actually not, it's a newer instrument. It's a hybrid of a lot of other things. But if you trace, that's what this book is going to do. It's going to trace that history back to pre-biblical times with all... you know, the evidence they can come up with of female drummers all the way till current. And then they selected 50 of us women drum set players to talk about our experiences behind the kit and, you know.
And you felt this when you were a little kid? You thought, that's for me? You saw a band and you said, I want to be the drummer?
No, my father was a drummer. So he was South Central. He played with the early formations of Exile. And I grew up around drums. I've been hearing beats since I was in the womb and playing since I was 3 years old. So.
And you teach kids how to play. You're also a drum instructor.
I do, yes.
Santana,
yes,
but here you are with another student.
Yeah, I'm at Mom's Music right here on Melwood Avenue. I've been with them for about 10 to 12 years. I have found that, you know, I actually didn't know if I would be a great teacher or not, so I just gave it a whirl, and actually I found that I loved it.
Oh, cool.
And I started taking children, you know, everyday kids, normal kids, and then I also picked up some students with autism, Asperger's, OCD, ADHD, and some other things, and I have seen it completely change their lives.
Absolutely.
For the better. For the better, and some amazing things have come out of it.
Lead me, young lady.
All right, well, I'm going to, have you ever played drums before?
No, ma'am.
All right, well, we're going to start with grips.
Okay.
A lot of people don't know there's, sorry about that. There's several different grips that you can do. We're going to start with what we call match grip.
Okay.
Which is basically, here's your fulcrum.
Okay.
Right, and then you wrap your fingers around,
okay.
and we're going to play with flat wrist.
Okay.
All right. Flat wrist, so yeah.
Like
and you're
this?
almost in a triangle, yeah. And when you want to hit the pad, you want to kind of get away from it. Right? And I'm going to show you something cool. So I'm going to show you actually how to do a bounce with your sticks, okay?
Hurry, we're going to run out of time.
Okay, sure. So as you drop, I want you to let gravity take a hold of your stick and let it just fall to the pad.
Okay.
Using that grip right there, those first two fingers.
Easy. This is the way I handle my pencils doing that calculus test in school.
Look at you all. And I like this, you're not beating on an actual drum, so the noise level isn't crazy when someone's first learning.
All right, we're going to let you perform a little bit later on the show.
Absolutely. I'm looking forward to it.
We'll get a gong bang in there.
Yeah, absolutely.
You did pretty good, Terry.
All right.
I'm impressed.
Not bad, bud. Not bad.
And you can find the book Women Drummers on Amazon.com. We're also going to link you up at GreatDayLive.com. Jyn profiled in the book right there on the cover.
Thank you, guys.
And we're talking women rockers on this show today. Who's your favorite old school woman rocker?
Joan Jett has to be.
I love rock and roll.
I do.
What about you?
I'll say Janis Joplin.
That's good. Piece of my heart, baby. You know, earlier we introduced you to drumming diva Jyn Yates, featured on the cover of the new book, Women Drummers, a history from rock and jazz to blues and country.
Jyn's also a drum instructor at Mom's Music.
And she's a woman who rocks. So let's hear it, Jyn.
All right.
she rocks.
She's awesome. She's like the girl I always wanted to be right there. Just cool and talented and just got that something.
And of course, that's drummer Jyn Yates. She's part of a new book called Women Drummers.
Yeah, and you can find out more about her online. Her website is Jyn, that's Jyn, Yates.com. And is she teaching Terry something now?
I think so.
Or is he
Take
gonna
it
get
away.
a role in this?
I think so.
We're going to teach him how to play a gong hit. So you promise?